Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be doing a review of the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Deluxe Offroad. So Offroad is part of the Stunticon team that are going to form Menasor, and this guy is actually a replacement for Wild Rider. But something I'm more intrigued about is the fact that I actually got this from Kapow Toys. If you haven't checked out the Kapow Toys unboxing that I did, I don't only show what Transformers I unboxed, but I also actually showed lots of other things that I'm going to be reviewing over the next few weeks, maybe even the next month. So go ahead and check that video out if you want to know what is coming up. But I actually got my previous Combiner Wars stuff from Kapow Toys as well, and basically what happened with previous generations figures, such as, you know, RC Chromia and all of those that come in the standard generations packaging, the UK versions of those, or well, I should say the European version, they didn't come with comic books, whereas the American versions and whatnot did, so the ones I got, I just made sure I got ones with comic books. However, the first wave of Combiner Wars, they did not come with comic book. But these obviously do, because this guy comes with a comic book, and so do the rest of the wave. Not the Voyagers, it's only the deluxe class figures. So if indeed they have changed that, so that they do actually come with a comic book and they didn't before, it might be because they've thought, okay, you know, people are kind of getting annoyed that they're paying the same price for a Generations figure, but they're not getting the book. So maybe they did that, I don't know. Maybe it adds a bit of collectability to it, so they can charge the same price but then just give you an incentive to buy them at that price. I don't know. But whatever, you know, whether they did or not before, this wave does come with comic books. So here we have a little bio if you want to go ahead and read it, and then a picture on the back of the figure in both modes, and everyone that you need to form Menasor. So as you can see, as part of the official transformation for Menasor on the box, you only need these figures, so you don't need Blackjack. When I do finish the Combiner, I'll decide whether or not I actually want to get Blackjack or not, and if I do, then I will get it, review it separately, and show you in that video how it comes together with Menasor to fill in the chest. So without further ado, let's get this thing open and take a look. So first out of the box is the book, and it does not feature Offroad at all. However, it does feature other Combiners and Megatron quite heavily, so that's pretty cool. On the back here we have basically a kind of bio of Offroad that is, you know, better than what's on the back of the box. It's actually an operational status update from Soundwave, so it's basically Soundwave talking about this guy and how he is a new member of the Stunticons and whatnot, and the others don't trust him and whatnot, and stuff like that. So yeah, we've got conclusion, battle approved and endorsed and whatnot. So really cool little bio on the back, and you get the name and the subgroup and everything. So really nice. Inside here we also actually get the sketches. So we get the sketch phase, the grey model phase, i.e. prototypes, and then you see the finished product, and you just see, you know, some of the parts for the design of this guy. So it's nice that we also get included a little bit more about the figure, and just shows the amount of work that goes into it, and it's just cool to see that kind of side of it, especially for us collectors. So that is very nice, obviously much better than previous books that we've got. And then here is the figure. Now, unfortunately, something that you may have noticed already, with the other ones from the first wave, we got these collector cards, and we even got a card for Megatron, which is actually part of this wave. Unless one's just supposed to be packaged in here and I didn't get it, there is no collector card. I have the instructions and I have the comic book, no card, so I don't really see why halfway through a run they would just all of a sudden stop giving you the cards, even though, you know, for the deluxe figures at least, even though we've got one for the leader class. So obviously I'll find out when I open the other two deluxes from this wave, the other Stunticons, as to whether or not they are actually supposed to be in here or not. So as well as the figure, we get the weapons. So we have an axe, which also doubles as a kind of exhaust pipe weapon thing. And then obviously we have the hand slash foot slash exhaust pipe weapon things. As you can see, they have the little pegs on them, so they can connect to the car on the back here, here, and here. and I guess you could just plug this in the back right there where it would be for well, actually both foot and hand mode, if you wanted to store it. So he has a good amount of storage, but obviously it all does look a bit daft. Very, very nice colours for this guy. So as you can see in this mode, looking like this, it is obviously very reminiscent of Wild Rider, and that's why I don't really mind that we're getting a different character, because it just looks like him. And when you form Menasor as a leg, as this guy really is meant to be, it looks like Wild Rider, so I don't have any complaints really in that respect. So taking a closer look at that detail, very, very nicely painted wheels, and then we've got the grille and the lights and whatnot. Very, very cool. I really do like this slot in the hood there. Very cool Decepticon logo there with the kind of white backing that we saw on the stickers for Megatron over here, but the Decepticon logos are actually slightly different shades. The red has a kind of, I don't know, it looks like it's got kind of a sprayed on feel. I would say it looks like it's got kind of glittery shiny bits in there, but they're not really shining. So it's a mixture of a couple of different colours and whatnot that have been sprayed on that just gives it that effect. Very nice. I like the little decal we got here on the side. Nothing on the back, although we do have the gaps there for, you know, license plate and exhausts and the tail lights there. So it would have been nice to have got some paint on there, as they did bother to paint the front. And seeing as they have used red on this guy, it would have been nice to at least get some red on the brake lights. But never mind, it doesn't matter too much. This here is supposed to be a rear window. I would have liked it if that was maybe red as well, but nonetheless it doesn't really matter too much. So as for transformation, I'm just going to show you the leg mode as it's on the way to the robot mode first. Basically, all you have to do is just lift the front up, and then you don't really have to do much to transform it really. You just flip the connector port out. You can obviously turn the head around, and then you just put this in there, and then you have your foot mode. It's really that simple. Very, very nice and easy. As all of these Combiner Wars figures are, yeah, it just looks really, really cool. Now, I will show you a quick arm mode later on, but this guy's predominantly supposed to be a leg mode, so I'm not going to focus too heavily on it. But to show you the rest of the transformation, I'm just going to go ahead and put this back down. So we're going to swap the head around right there. The arms, basically you can just pull on the doors or pull on this section back here or whatever. You're just basically going to pull it out. This part right here hinges all the way up like so, and then the arm comes down on the side there like so. The legs, they come apart like this. You can pull them apart, they are tabbed together. They're tabbed together pretty loosely on this one in particular, so it doesn't really matter too much. And there's just a hinge in here. That's just going to go all the way up, and then the tab on the end is going to tab into the front section, locking it in place like so. And that is literally it. You just make sure that this back section is just basically just against the back like so. That doesn't really fold up more than that. You can move these shoulder panels out if you want to. They are hindered a little bit by the wheels, so if you just move this back just a touch like so, you can obviously move these out more if you want to. They actually can go completely horizontal if you wish. So as you can see here in robot mode, here is where he doesn't look like Wild Rider, because now we have this teal blue in here. It is slightly different on the crest of the head. If I just get some close-up focus on there to the arms, you can see it's a slight little shade darker, as if it's got a tiny bit of the green from the face in there that's like changed the shade or something. But that face is an incredibly nice Decepticon face. Just does look quite evil. You can imagine him sounding a lot like an Insecticon or something. I just really, really do love this head sculpt. It just looks absolutely awesome. Really nice little Decepticon logo there. We got a couple of pins showing, but don't have any screws or anything showing, so that is very nice. As you can see, we have silver showing under here on detail. That is awesome. They could have just left it grey, but I really like that they have actually give us some colour there, so it looks like the shocks, the suspension. Yeah, overall, I really do like this figure. You know, the legs are filled in, unlike what it looks like Breakdown is from what I can see in the packaging. You know, so he doesn't look or feel too hollow. The backpack, whilst it is obviously a little bit ugly, it does kind of fit in with the character. But overall, yeah, I really don't think that sticks out too much for this particular figure. Again, in this mode, you can use this as a gun. Obviously, you can just put it into his hand with the peg. You can just move this down and out of the way like so. And obviously, this, I mean, you could use it sideways and use it like a gun, but it's really supposed to be an axe. So Offroad in size is the same as all of the deluxes pretty much right now, so if you have anything else from Combiner Wars or any other recent deluxes, he's going to be the exact same size. So here he is next to the Leader Class Megatron that I just reviewed, so if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. I compare it with the G2 and Armada Megatron and also MP10 Prime. And something that I didn't show in vehicle mode is that these guys really do look good next to the size of Megatron's tank. That really is a great scale. So as for articulation then, the head moves left and right and up and down slightly. It is on a ball joint, and you can also get it a bit side to side. If you move this back slightly and out of the way, like I said, you can get all of the range of movement from these shoulders as you want. So they go all the way out to the side and obviously all the way forward and back. You also have a swivel at the elbow as well as the ratchets, which just goes all the way 90 degrees forward and back. We do have a waist rotation here, and then the hips, they're pretty standard, so they go all the way out to the side and forward and back. We have a thigh rotation. We also have a single jointed knee. So all the articulation that you would want, exactly the same as the other Deluxe Class Combiner Wars figures. If you want to see the arm mode, basically you put the legs together and rotate them whichever way it is that you want. We're just going to rotate the head and push this in. The arms, they rotate out. Sit back here. I like to put this slot just on the side of the car there, just to make sure that they stay in place. They don't really tab, but it's just nice so that you definitely know that both arms are sitting in the same place. And then we have this piece, so like this, it can be a foot like I showed you, and basically if you pull these fingers out right here, it's going to be the left arm. So rotate this around, we got the thumb here, which was the heel, and then this peg that was on the top can now plug into here, and then we can have an arm. So as a left arm, this is how Offroad would look. It's nothing too crazy. I don't like these just being, you know, out the way here and whatnot. However, most people would have this as a leg, and the official transformation and everything is a leg, so I don't really mind the arm mode not looking too fantastic. Overall, I really do recommend Offroad. I really like it myself. I love that shade of blue, and the fact that, you know, in vehicle mode and to a certain extent in robot mode, it does look a lot like Wild Rider. You know, it's not like what they did with the aerial bots by switching Slingshot with Alpha Bravo, something completely different. I really do like what they've done here. I like the bio that they've given us on the back of the comic book, and the fact that they have actually carried on giving us the comic books. They've obviously listened to people and people still want them. It is kind of annoying that they did just all of a sudden ditch this card. At least I don't have one in this. And even if it is just mine that doesn't have a card, that's disappointing. Although I don't need it, there could be other people out there that don't get it, that want it, and that's just not good quality control. But overall, like I said, I definitely think that you should get this guy. If you like the Stunticons, but you're not too sure whether or not you're going to get the Combiner, I really think that this should be a tipping point for you. I think that if the striking colours don't make you want to get it, I really do think that this is a really solid figure on its own anyway. So even if you're not going to get all the others, I definitely do recommend that you pick this guy up. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you want to see more pictures of other things from my collection, go ahead and check out my Instagram and Twitter. It's Homerino123, and the links will be in the description below. And by following me on Twitter, you'll also see when videos go live, so if you're not glued to YouTube all day long and you want to see future videos, just log in on Twitter and follow me, and then you'll get updates throughout the day of when the videos go live. Remember to see the rest of the wave, go ahead and subscribe, guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.